Can you hear me? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Anybody has any questions from the previous classes? Anybody? Nope. Okay, so assignment number 5. Assignment 5 has been uploaded on Moodle. And that you have to do. Have you seen the MNIST database in other assignments? I think assignment 4 was also based on that. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
So you'll be doing the same thing. You'll be doing a classification of handwritten uh, numbers. Okay. So using SVM. Okay. Till now we have only talked about. So I was about to talk about something else, but since the assignment has been assigned in a manner which requires a new topic, so let us talk about that. So we have done SVM. Uh, but applied only to binary classification. Okay, you can also do non-binary. Means by non-binary I mean more than two classes classification using SVM, using one of these two approaches. One is 1 versus 1. Okay, what do you do in this case? क्या करोगे? Any idea what is 1 versus 1 classification?
सर मतलब एक क्लास और दूसरी क्लास की प्रोबेबिलिटी से मतलब कंपेयर करें, मतलब ग्रुपिंग नहीं करेंगे, जैसे एक क्लास अलग ले लिया बाकी दूसरे क्लास का ग्रुप बना दिया, वो वन वर्सेस ऑल हो जाता है।
Yeah, so what we do is, let us say that we have three classes. Okay, let us say we have three classes. Let us call them as A, B, and C. And each of your observations has to be assigned either A, B, or C. Okay, so the way you do it is that first you train how many models? You will train. Uh, so in this case, so if we had K classes, then you would train it in KC2 models. Okay, how would you do that? You will first create a model. Okay, assuming that you have only two possibilities, A or B. Okay, and assign and model your observations, and using the training data set, find out what will be the probability of getting a class A or getting class B. Okay, and then you train another model which will be between A and C. Okay, so now you have two models. The third model that you are going to create, so in this case we have three classes, so we will have 3C2. 3C2 is 3 times 2 divided by 2 into 1. कितना आ गया? How many possibilities do you have? Anybody is saying something? I couldn't hear if anybody said something.
थ्री
Three classes, three possibilities. So we have AB, AC, and BC. So you'll have three models. Okay, one model will have. So you'll create three models. One model will have AB. Okay, the second model is going to have BC, and the third model is going to have AC. ठीक है, हमारे पास तीन मॉडल्स हो जाएंगे. Now you what do you do? So once you have trained these three models, let us say you get an unknown observation. Okay, that your unknown observation is X star. Okay, that X star is going to be fed into each of these three models. ठीक है, X star is going to be fed into each of these three models. फिर क्या होगा? Each of these three models is going to give out, yeah, one output. Okay, so what is the output going to be in each of these cases? क्या होगा output? Vaishnavi, what do you think is going to be the output from, let us say, AB, this model? You are unmuted, but I can't hear anything that you are saying. If anybody else can hear, Dipanshu, can you hear her?
नो सर।
Vaishnavi, there is a problem with your microphone because you unmuted couple of times, but I can't hear anything. Anyway, Dipanshu, what will be your output from this? X star is the input. Okay, it's an unknown observation. What is the output going to be?
Either A or B.
Either A or B. Okay, so you'll get either A or B from here. You'll get either B or C from here. You'll get either A or C from here. And what do? Once you have three outputs, हमारे पास तीन outputs हो जाएंगे. तो हम क्या करेंगे? So we want to do a classification. So we can assign it only to one class. Which class will we assign? कौन सी class assign करेंगे इसको finally? X star observation को. Yashvardhan, you were saying something.
नंबर ऑफ फ्रीक्वेंसीज में ज़्यादा होगी सर, मतलब जिस क्लास
Okay, हाँ जिस class का we'll get the maximum number of times if we get the class that we get, we're going to assign it to that. So let us say that out of this I got an A, out of these two I got a B, and out of these again I got an A. Okay, I'm going to assign. So the final output. So this is the output of the three sub models. Okay, the final output of the whole model is going to be the class that occurs the most number of times. Okay, so in this case it's going to be A. Okay, so this is one versus one classification. So how many models do you have to create? I just wrote that down. It is going to be KC2. If you have K number of classes, you'll have KC2 number of models that you have to generate. Okay, so now an analogous thing that we probably have covered a little bit, but let me do it for the sake of completeness, is one versus all classification. Okay, in one versus all classification, what? Yeah.
सर सपोज उसमें आउटपुट आया ABC, तो हम क्या करें?
I don't know. Maybe we'll have some kind of tiebreaker. Obviously, then it becomes you send it to the human being. Okay, we are not very confident about our result. Okay, is that all right, Tanya? We already have this kind of problems previously also. Okay, so this is if you were to talk it in terms of graph. Okay, this is my decision boundary. Okay, something that occurs either on the decision boundary or very close to it. Okay, what do you do in that case, Tanya?
सर कॉन्फिडेंस के साथ बोलते हैं एक आउटपुट.
Yeah, but we do not have, when it is very close to the decision boundary, we are not very sure. Okay, so obviously in if it's a critical, we have previously discussed this particular issue also, that in such situations, if it's a critical problem, then critical not problem, something that affects a critical operation. Okay, in that case we will defer it to a human expert who can make a good decision. Okay, is that all right?
ओके सर.
So this is so if you get A, B, C, okay, so this is going to be a boundary sort of situation. Okay, you can think of it lying on your decision boundary, so you cannot make a good decision. Okay, is that all right? Did you get the example or no?
हाँ सर, I got it. Actually last time we discussed something like we will create a separate sort of class that is called an unknown class
Yeah.
that connects that has all the values that we do not know which class it belongs
Yeah, so
to.
if this is the case, then we could probably assign it a new class. Okay, if it's a critical situation, okay, and we really want a human being to interpret it, we can assign a new class. Maybe let us call that as U, standing for unknown. We do not know the answer. Okay, so a human being should help the system make a final decision. Okay.
Okay, okay sir. Okay.
So in one versus all, what are we going to do? क्या करेंगे हम? Let me ask somebody who has never answered. Tejas, are you there? You want to answer? Ashish.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, what do you think we'll do in one versus all?
One versus all. sir. I don't know, sir.
Okay. Aditya, are you there?
Yes.
Do you know? Nope. Okay, Dipankar, why don't you say? Chaudhary Saab, are you there? Nope. Dipanshu,
Yes, sir.
what do you do?
Like for example, if A, I will take one class and another I will make a group of all the rest class with not A. Like
Yeah, so this is going to be, so in this particular example, okay, you will have how many models that you will train? So you have, so in one versus all, you will have A on one side and everything else on the other side. So you will train one model corresponding to A and not A. The second model is going to be B and not B. The third model is going to be C and not C. So how many combinations can you make in such a manner? You'll have K, if you have K classes, it is going to be KC1. Is that all right? Okay. So first class and not that first class, second class and not that second class, third class and not the third class. So KC1 is K. So you'll generate K models. So you'll have K models that will have to be created, and so A and not A, B and not B, C and not C, so on and so forth. Okay. इस केस में हम फाइनल डिसीजन कैसे लेंगे? So each of these is going to do what? So if I get an unknown observation x star, okay, you have an unknown observation x star, and each of these is going to give you an output. Okay, let us say so it is going to give you either A or A dash. This is going to give you B or B dash, C or C dash. तो क्या होगा? हम फाइनल डिसीजन कैसे लेंगे हम इसमें? How do you make the final decision? शिवांश,
सर एक्चुअली मेरा 5 मिनट के लिए लीव हो गया था तो थोड़ा मुझे ग्रास्प कर रहा हूँ।
ओके.
जब सर बेसिकली यही है कि हम एक मॉडल मतलब हर एक बार देखेंगे कि ए में है और बाकी में नहीं है, मतलब ऐसा करके।
लेकिन दो बार आ गया तो?
यस सर।
वैष्णवी, what do you think? You were about to say something.
सर आप एक बार बेसिक कंसेप्ट फिर से एक्सप्लेन कर सकते हैं क्या थोड़ा कि ए और ए डैश है क्या मतलब?
A or A dash is what? A is that so this is a classifier which is going to classify whether something is class A or not class A. That's all.
ओके सर ओके।
तो ये हमारा आउटपुट कैसे देगा? किस टाइप का आउटपुट आता है इसमें यूजुअली?
इसमें आउटपुट क्लास का आ गया वही आंसर होगा, जिसमें कॉम्प्लीमेंट का है वो आंसर नहीं होगा।
नहीं नहीं, वही मैं कह रहा हूँ, अगर हम उससे जाएं, ठीक है, जो तुम बात बोल रहे हो, तो देयर इज अ पॉसिबिलिटी दैट द आउटपुट ऑफ दिस इज गोइंग टू बी ए एंड द आउटपुट ऑफ दिस इज गोइंग टू बी बी एंड द आउटपुट ऑफ दिस इज गोइंग टू बी सी डैश. ऐसा पॉसिबल है ना?
जब वो ए का ही पोर्शन है
हैं?
वो क्लासिफाई, अच्छा वो बी में कैसे आएगा सर अगर वो ए का पोर्शन है?
क्यों नहीं आ सकता?
अच्छा ओवर, अच्छा अगर इफ इट बिलोंग्स टू बोथ द क्लासेस।
No, no, no. It belongs to only one class. But your because please understand that this classifier has nothing to do with this classifier. It is a possibility that this classifier may also, it may belong to only class A. Let us say that. But this classifier it is possible that this classifier may because it is basing only on whether B or not B. That's all. ठीक है ना? So there is a possibility that you might get that. तो कैसे करेंगे? हम क्लासिफिकेशन, या गो अहेड तानिया.
Sir, actually this was mentioned in the book, and book में लिखा है that for each of these combinations a particular decision score will be given. So which जिसका भी maximum होगा उसमें belong करेगा.
हाँ,
For
so
example,
so yeah, you're right, thank you. So what do we do? हम क्लास ए कैसे असाइन करते हैं? ओके, ए और नॉट ए कैसे डिसाइड करते हैं हम? बेस्ड ऑन अ सर्टेन कैलकुलेशन दैट वी डू. ठीक है ना, एक इंटरमीडिएट स्टेप भी होता है. ठीक है, देयर इज एन इंटरमीडिएट स्टेप which does the calculation and calculates the confidence of getting a particular class. Is that all right? हम एक न्यूमेरिकल वैल्यू कैलकुलेट करते हैं ना तीनों में, उसके बाद हम असाइन करते हैं whether it's class A or not A. ठीक है, 0.5 लेट अस से वी आर यूजिंग 0.5 एज द थ्रेशोल्ड पॉइंट, तो 0.5 से बड़ा है तो हम A असाइन करेंगे, अदरवाइज वी विल असाइन इट एज नॉट A. Is that all right, शिवांश?
यस सर.
ठीक है ना, हम स्कोर असाइन करते हैं इन सब में. वो वाला स्टेप मैंने गायब कर दिया था यहाँ से. सो स्कोर के बाद हम डिसाइड करते हैं कि वेदर इट विल बी ए और नॉट ए. सो इंस्टेड ऑफ डूइंग दिस फाइनल स्टेप, okay, instead of doing the final step, we'll stop at the pre-final step. Pre-final step was the calculation of the numerical calculation of the confidence of each of these values. Okay, ठीक है, हमारा जो भी स्कोर आता है, हमारा डिसीजन क्राइटेरिया जो भी है, उसके बेसिस पे we get a certain score. So what do we do after getting that score? We'll not assign A or not A to it. Okay, we'll just leave it at that score. So what is the final step going to be for this whole system? क्या करेंगे हम?
मतलब हम प्रोबेबिलिटी देख रहे हैं ना एक तरह से.
हाँ, so we'll assign, so we can think of this this way, that this is going to be PA and this is going to give you PB and this is going to give you PC. Is that all right?
मैक्सिमम होगी उसको असाइन कर देंगे.
So whichever gets the maximum value, that is going to be assigned as your final class. Okay, so assignment में क्या है, दोनों में से क्या करना है हमें? किसी ने देखा था क्या? 1 versus 1 या 1 versus all, दोनों में से कुछ एक चीज़ करनी है. या 1 versus all. Okay, so please do that. That is your assignment number 5. That is due this Sunday. Okay. Anybody has a question? Otherwise, we'll move on to our next topic. I'll be back in a moment. So we'll talk about a little more of cross validation. Till now we have talked about cross validation set. Okay, we divide our whole data set into 20-80 ratio or something like that, so that we have enough data for training, and we also have what? We also have some data for cross validation. Okay, so we already talked about cross validation set. We already talked about this. Now the next thing that we are going to talk about is leave out one cross validation. Okay, so instead of cross validation set, we'll have leave out one cross validation. Okay, we'll give an acronym to it, LOOCV. Any idea what we might be doing here? Leave out one cross validation. So this is my training. This is my training set. ठीक है, how many observations I have? I have n observations in my training set. What do I do? क्या करता हूँ मैं? क्रॉस वैलिडेशन सेट में जो क्रॉस वैलिडेशन सेट था उसमें हमने क्या किया था? We divided this into 80-20 or something like that. Okay, now let us say we want to maximize the training. Okay, in that case what was happening, जब हम 80-20 का या 70-30 का डिवाइड कर देते हैं ट्रेनिंग डेटा सेट को, so what are we doing? We are losing out the opportunity to train on the 30% of the data set. Is that correct or no?
Yes, sir.
So what should we, so any idea what would we be doing here? हम क्या करेंगे इसमें? हम इसमें इसको दो पार्ट्स में डिवाइड करेंगे. Let us divide into two parts, n-1 and 1. ठीक है. So इस केस में क्या है हमारा? Can you guess which of these two might be the training and which of these two might be the cross validation?
n-1 will be trained.
So we'll train on the n-1 data points and we'll cross validate on one data point. Okay, so this is going to give you some value of MSE. Let us call that as MSE1. So this is my first point. Now I'm done with this. Okay, I have calculated my MSE1. Okay, mean squared error corresponding to 0.1 being the cross validation set and n-1 being your training set. Now what we do, instead of 0.1 we'll choose another point. Let us call that as 0.2. Okay, so what do we do in this case? हमने उस point को छोड़ दिया, that point becomes part of this n-1 data points. Now we choose another point. Let us call that as point number 2. What do you do in that case? इस केस में हम क्या करेंगे? फिर से हम we'll assume this point 2 to be the cross validation point. Okay, and the n-1 remaining points are going to be your what? क्या होंगे वो? They will be your training points. Okay, so now that will give you MSE 2.
Sir,
Yeah.
but in this case, our data has already seen, as Algo has already seen the data. So how will it cross-validate it? It is not unknown to it because we are taking the data from the same set.
Yeah, but cross validation did not have that kind of strict requirement. The only requirement means I understand what you are saying, but that strict requirement was only on the test data set, not the cross validation data set. No, you remember or no?
So test के लिए तो it is required to have pure data.
Yeah. So this is not test. No, this is part of cross validation. That stringent requirement was only on the test data set. अभी हम टेस्ट डेटा सेट की बात ही नहीं कर रहे हैं यहाँ पर. टेस्ट डेटा सेट बिल्कुल अलग है. Okay, we have another data set which is the test data set.
Okay.
Okay, no? Because cross validation becomes part, even when we previously talked, when we talked about cross validation sets, in that case also cross validation set was becoming part of the learning process, no? Was it not?
Yes, it is becoming.
It was, no? Test data set is completely different. That is not being seen by this model at all right now. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Is that all right? But you are still not well?
No, sir, still not well.
Okay, your sickness has gone for a very long time. Anyway, get well soon. Thank you for attending class anyway. Very happy that you are here. So we'll have MSE2 corresponding to this. Then we'll move on to point number 3. That will give you MSE3. So how many MSEs will you get? How many mean squared errors values will you have? Dipanshu, कितनी वैल्यू आएंगी हमारे पास? Vaishnavi, hold on. Vaishnavi, you were trying to say something. Go ahead. Huh? N. Okay, so you will have sigma MSE k, small k goes from 1 to n. So you'll have, and you can probably take an average value of it. Okay, so this will be your average MSE for a particular. So हम क्या करेंगे इस केस में? ये हमारी ये आ गया, ठीक है. हमें करना क्या था? हम क्रॉस वैलिडेशन से करना क्या चाह रहे थे? What was the point of using cross validation at all? शिवांश, क्यों करना, क्यों हमने किया ही क्यों क्रॉस वैलिडेशन?
सर मतलब वही रीजन था कि ऐसे हम लोग ट्रेनिंग डेटा जिस डेटा सेट पे ट्रेन कर रहे थे उसी पे हम लोग वो करते थे मतलब एक्यूरेसी निकालते थे, इसलिए क्रॉस वैलिडेशन करते हैं।
ठीक है, मतलब क्रॉस वैलिडेशन कहाँ पे अप्लाई होता है, मतलब
To get
what
the
is
values of hyperparameters.
yeah, good,
Parameter.
good. That was the question. So the goal for the reason for using cross validation is to find out my hyperparameter. तो हम इसमें इस केस में कैसे करेंगे hyperparameter? इस केस में हम कैसे करेंगे, क्या करेंगे हम? So let us say one of those one value, one thing might be that polynomial degree, okay, degree of polynomial. तो उस केस में हम क्या करेंगे? तो हमने let us say we start with a model with degree polynomial is equal to 1. So 1 will give you a certain average MSE for LOOCV. Okay, you'll get corresponding to degree 1 you'll get a certain MSE. Again corresponding to degree 2 you'll get a different MSE. है ना? आ रहा है शिवांश समझ में या नहीं?
यस सर।
So degree 3 you'll have another MSE. So how would you decide? The one which has the lowest MSE is going to be chosen. Okay, Tanya, are you asking something or saying something? I can't hear you. Yeah, please repeat again.
Sir, I was saying that जिसका सबसे कम MSE होगा वो
Yeah,
choose
good.
होगा degree.
Yeah, we'll choose that. Okay, so that was the point of using cross validation anyway. So I just wanted to refresh your memory that why are we doing all this? Okay, good. So now this is one, but do you see any disadvantage of using this kind of LOOCV? Any disadvantage?
Sir, in a sense हम सारी ट्रेनिंग डेटा सेट को यूज नहीं कर रहे हैं जब हम स्कोर निकाल रहे हैं because
नहीं
we're
नहीं
leaving out
नहीं नहीं, that is the advantage of using this compared to the validation data, the cross validation set methodology, because here we are using the whole n-1 is the same as n. Okay, so we are using the whole training
लेकिन
set.
जब हम क्रॉस वैलिडेट कर रहे हैं उसको उससे हम ट्रेनिंग भी कर रहे हैं बाद में, सो दिक्कत उससे तो नहीं होगी।
That is means there is some kind of correlation between each of these. That is correct. That every n-1
यस सर, जब
Every-
हमने -1 पे किया और 1 पे किया तो वो ऑलरेडी जो सेकंड था उसको तो हमने ट्रेनिंग में डाला ही था ना, तो
नहीं तो क्रॉस वैलिडेशन में वो प्रॉब्लम कहाँ है?
सर हम अलग अलग मॉडल्स पे ये ट्रेन कर रहे हैं ना, मतलब जब
हाँ,
train
so
कर रहे हैं
we are creating so many models. We are creating how many models here?
मॉडल्स
तो
n models बना रहे हैं हम. तो उससे कोई डिसएडवांटेज दिख रही है?
नो सर।
Yes, sir.
Yes,
बहुत
sir.
naive
Time and power.
There is a disadvantage, Shivansh. Do you not see? If n is 100,000,
ओ माय गॉड, यस सर।
huh?
यस सर, फिर तो बहुत ज्यादा है।
It will be a big problem, no? If n is large, okay? So one of the biggest disadvantage of using this is that your number of models that you have to train is computationally very intensive. Okay, so this is computationally intensive.
but sir that can be easily overcome
Huh?
like for example if n is 10,000
Yeah.
we can split it into 5 instead of taking one at a time.
That is where I'm coming next.
Oh, sorry.
No, anyway, that's good. Great. So, but for this particular, specifically when you're saying leave out one, in that case, it is obviously we have to make n different models, no? ठीक है ना? So
Yes,
it is
yes,
very
yes,
computationally intensive. So the next thing, the next logical approach, as Tanya just showed to us, is that instead of using leave out one, what do? We divide our data set into k groups. Okay, so k fold cross validation. Okay, so we divide our whole data set into approximately equal sized partitions. Okay, so if my data set looks something like this, I divide that into, let us say, in this case I divide it into 4 parts, okay, which are almost equal to each other. You may not get exactly equal because of various reasons, odd number, whatever the divisibility or and all those issues are there, but you will try to create them as equal as possible. Okay, so you divided data set into this. Then what are you going to do in this case? क्या करेंगे हम? Any idea? Very similar to this. हम क्या करेंगे इस केस में? दीपांशु क्या करेंगे?
डिवाइड कर देंगे डेटा को सर.
सो के पार्ट्स में हमने डिवाइड कर दिया ऑलरेडी. डिवाइड करने के बाद की बात कर रहे हैं. अब क्या करेंगे?
मतलब वही एमएससी निकालेंगे हर एक जिससे डिवाइड किया.
नहीं तो अभी मान लो ये 4 पार्ट्स में है तो हम क्या करेंगे? किसको ट्रेनिंग मानेंगे, किसको वैलिडेशन क्रॉस वैलिडेशन मानेंगे, क्या कैसे होगा?
अच्छा,
ये पूछ रहा हूँ. 4 पार्ट्स में हमने डिवाइड कर लिया मान लो. Okay, let us say it is a 4-fold cross validation. What do you do?
सर 4 बार नहीं कर सकते, 3 को training.
So 3 parts are yeah, right. So 1 part will be your cross validation. Good, both Medha and Shivansh. That 1 part will be your cross validation, and the remaining parts are the part of the training set. Okay, so that will give you MSE 1. ठीक है, फिर हमारे पास क्या होगा? MSE दूसरे पार्ट में क्या करेंगे हम? This becomes part of the training set, and this will be your CV set. Okay, so what is this going to give you? This is going to give you MSE 2 until MSE K. Is that all right? ठीक है?
Yes sir.
So let's not go into the statistics of all these things, but another advantage of using k-fold cross validation as compared to the cross validation set, okay, that we previously talked about, is that you are training you're training on the whole set that is available to you, okay, in one sense. Okay, you are training, although then you are averaging all of them means in various parts, but after you are done with the whole process, you have trained on the whole set that was available to you. Okay, so that is a very big advantage, that you are trying to maximize the data that is available to you in training. Okay, so you'll have MSE K. Again, what do? You take the average MSE 1 over K into sigma of MSE 1 to K. Okay, and what do? Again, you are using cross validation. You are trying to find a hyperparameter. So you go through various values of your hyperparameter and try to find the hyperparameter that gives you the lowest average MSE. Okay. Any question? Yeah.
Sir, what were we doing in leave out one then?
Leave out one में हम same चीज कर रहे थे, but instead of k-fold cross validation, leave out one is n-fold क्रॉस वैलिडेशन. ठीक है, n-fold क्रॉस वैलिडेशन क्या हुआ? हमने पूरे डेटा को कितने पार्ट्स में डिवाइड कर लिया? n पार्ट्स में. हमारे पास टोटल नंबर ऑफ ऑब्जर्वेशंस कितनी थी? दीपांशु, कितनी ऑब्जर्वेशंस थी हमारे पास? एनी थी. तो n ऑब्जर्वेशंस थी, हमने n पार्ट्स में इसको डिवाइड कर लिया, एंड वी आर यूजिंग 1 पार्ट फॉर क्रॉस वैलिडेशन एंड एवरीथिंग एल्स फॉर ट्रेनिंग. ठीक है, तो वही चीज यहां पे हो रही है, बस वहां पर n फोल्ड था, यहां पर हमने डेटा को इंस्टेड ऑफ डिवाइडिंग इनटू इक्वल मींस 1 पार्ट मींस डिवाइडिंग द डेटा इनटू n डिफरेंट पार्ट्स वेयर ईच पार्ट कंटेन्स ओनली 1 एलिमेंट, वी आर डिवाइडिंग इट इनटू k पार्ट्स. Okay, where k means each part contains more than 1 element. Okay, ठीक है. So what is the advantage of using this? So compared to the leave out one cross validation, this has lower variance. Okay, why? Because we are sort of, in this case we are only dependent, means our cross validation is only dependent on one value, but here we are sort of taking the average of many different values, so that is obviously going to result in a lower variance. Okay, that is one thing. But the more important advantage of using this compared to leave out one cross validation is what?
Less model.
Less computer
अद्वैत नहीं नहीं टूट जाएगा, ऐसे मत घुमा, बाहर घुमा लो तो। Less computational. Okay. So that is the a couple of things that I missed from cross validation in the book, which will be useful to us in discussing trees. So how many of you are here who did not submit the assignment last night? Anybody is here who did not submit the assignment? Everybody of each one of you did? Okay, then let us take a 5 minutes, let us take a 10 minutes break. Let us meet at 4 o'clock, and please be ready with your assignments. Okay, we will discuss that. Okay, bye bye. I'll see you at 4.